Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity to take you through the Azure Minerals story. Azure Minerals is an Australian company. We're listed on the Australian Stock Exchange, but we work solely in Mexico. Currently, you can see from our shares there, we're from an Australian perspective, an Australian company's perspective. We've got quite a fewer shares on issue than most other Australians. We've got a market cap at the moment of about $27 million. Cash on hand is about $7.5 million. About 1/3 of our shares are now owned in either Europe or North America because we're generating a lot of interest from these areas in the projects in Mexico. Probably more interest is being expressed out of North America and Europe than there is actually in Australia. We have three major projects in Mexico, and they cover the spectrum of precious metals and base metals. And as you can see up there, the Azure is the zinc, lead and silver. We've also got Cerro Alicia, which is gold and cobalt, and Alacran, which is silver, gold and also copper potential as well. All three of the projects are located in northern Mexico in the state of Sonora. And we have on a management team which is very experienced not only in exploration and successful exploration at that, but also in terms of building and operating mines. All three of the projects are owned by the company 100%, and all three of them are located in that northern state of Sonora, which is a very mineral-rich and mine-rich environment. It's one of the great mining districts of the world, and it's also, from a safety and security point of view, one of the best places in Mexico to be operating. The three projects we've got, and I'll run through them very briefly here and then in a bit more detail in a moment, but Azure is zinc, lead and silver. High-grade massive sulphide deposit, which is outcropping. We're fast-tracking that through the development studies at the moment, and we'll have a preliminary economic assessment, a PEA, ready for release in September of this year. Cerro Alicia is one that's really grabbed the market's attention simply because of the high grades of cobalt and gold that we've been getting in our drilling results there. And it's one that shows an enormous amount of potential for a world that is very excited by cobalt. And Alacran is a project which we own 100%, and during that, over the last couple of years, we've identified resources of 32 million ounces of silver, plus some gold as well. We've actually have a partner on that one now. Teck Resources are earning back an interest in that of 65% by spending $15 million. And so we're free carried on that project at this stage. So Azure, that's our lead project, our flagship. This photograph here shows some of the artisanal mine workings that are on the project. The mineralisation is horizontal, so it runs across from left to right across that stage. And not sure if we have a pointer on here, don't think so. But anyway, the mineralisation is horizontal and it wraps around the hill. It outcrops over 1.4 kilometres. It varies in thickness between 2 metres and 12 metres true thickness or true height because it's horizontal. And the mineralisation is massive sulphide outcropping at surface. There's no oxidation in these areas. Some really high-grade mineralisation is at the outcropping stage of it and within the first few tens or hundreds of metres going in from the side of the hill. So we're looking at plus 20% zinc and lead combined in the outcrop areas. And because it's thick, it's flat-lying, it's relatively simple from the mining point of view. We're looking at an open pit for the first 1 to 2 years of operation, and then it'll be in a room and pillar underground mining operation thereafter. And we're looking at a 350,000 tonne per annum mining and processing operation. And because the mineralisation outcrops at surface, you'd be straight into mining ore from day one, and so there's very minimal pre-mine capital development cost. In terms of the processing, it's a standard sulphide flotation process. It produces two concentrates, a zinc concentrate and a lead-silver concentrate. Both are very clean in terms of contaminants, and both of them have very high grades of zinc in the zinc con. We're looking at upwards of 55% zinc with an 85% recovery, and similarly lead, around about 60% lead in the lead and silver concentrates. Because it's pretty standard and straightforward, it's a coarse grind, easy flotation. The capex on building something like this, other projects in Mexico, similar size, you're looking at 30 to 40 million US dollars to build the entire mining and processing operation. and because of its location, the infrastructure's costs in the area are like to be very low because there's grid power, there's water, and access in and out of the area is very easy. It's only 5 kilometres to a 2-lane major highway. So we're really fast-tracking this one as quickly as we can. We have a mineral resource that will be coming out in the next 2 weeks. We've already announced under the JORC system an exploration target. That target is around 2.5 million tonnes of 8 to 10% zinc plus lead, and that target is going to be approximately what the resource will be when it's announced in a couple of weeks' time. The PEA is underway. In fact, it's progressing really well, and we expect to have the results from that will be released in September of this year, moving straight into a full feasibility study to be completed by the middle of next year. And we'll be looking to, if everything remains on track, and we expect it to do so, we should be in construction and production in the first half of 2020. We've been getting a lot of interest from potential offtake partners. We've had many discussions with the major players in this area around the world, like Glencore, for example, and Trafigura and Transamine. And these companies are very keen on this product, or these 2 products, because both of them are very clean, no contaminants, and attractive from the metals trading perspective. And also there's a lot of financiers and potential funders as well, and I've been meeting a lot of those in the last couple of days. So that's Azure project, and that's our lead one that we're going with. Just a quick snapshot of Serra Alicia. This is a high-grade, very high-grade cobalt and gold mineralised zone. We've done 2 drilling programs on it so far, and some of the drill intercepts you can see up there. The grades of the cobalt are extraordinarily high. There's one there, 6.4 metres of 3.6% cobalt. That drill intercept is, I believe, the highest grade cobalt drill intercept anywhere in the world last year in 2017. And these zones of mineralisation start at surface. So the mineralisation starts at surface and continues to depth. And you can see there that the gold results with it, the gold grades too, are very high grade. And so there's this significant potential here for a modest size, a compact size, incredibly high grade gold and cobalt deposits. So we're pushing ahead with that one, but we're also hopefully in discussions with other companies who might be interested in buying it from us. So I've got the for sale sign up on this one at the moment. And finally, Alacran. Now, we acquired Alacran originally from Teck Resources in 2014, and in the first 2 years of exploration, we discovered 2 silver deposits. Mesa de Plata with 27 million ounces of silver, high-grade silver in a hill sticking out of the ground. Right next door to that is Loma Bonita, which is a silver and gold deposit as well, once again sticking out of the ground. We earned 100% ownership of the project from Teck, and then Teck was so excited by what we'd found that they exercised a back-end right that was in the agreement. So they're earning back or clawing back an interest in the project. They've taken over operatorship of the project, and they're looking to earn 65% by spending $15 million. So we're free carried for that first $15 million. Now, if Teck are successful, we will end up with 35% ownership of what would be a Tier 1 deposit, simply because Teck are only looking for world-class deposits. Now, if Teck are unsuccessful, they'll probably withdraw from the project, and we will get it back, and we'll be able to take on Mesa de Plata and Loma Bonita ourselves. So just in summary, we've got a good range of commodities here, precious metals and base metals. We're fast-tracking Azure to production in 2020. We've got the feasibility study is funded. Well, so the company is funded right through to the completion of the feasibility study, and with the team that we've got on board, we're very confident of being able to build the Azure zinc lead silver mine quickly, and there'll be a lot of information coming out about that in the PEA, which is scheduled in September. So thank you very much.